everybody, and welcome back to Crochet College, or if this is your first time, welcome. My name is Mia, and in today's video we are going to be looking into this Wool and the Gang Super Trooper wool. This yarn was a part of a larger purchase that I made from Wool and the Gang. It was my first time ever ordering from them, and I made a video showing my initial reaction. If you'd like to watch that one, there's a link for it in the description box down below. This is a 100% superwash merino wool, and it came in the color Swampy Green. There were other colors available online too. This yarn has 50 grams and 87 yards. This yarn was also made in Italy. So one thing I've noticed about Wool and the Gang so far is a lot of their yarn is geared more towards knitters. So they have the knitting needle recommendation, but they do not have the crochet hook recommendation or a crochet hook gauge. So I am going to go in with what I think will probably be best for this yarn, because this yarn feels like a standard worsted weight yarn. Honestly, I think it could be a stand-in for any project that uses a worsted weight acrylic yarn. It feels very similar to it feels very similar to a worsted weight acrylic yarn. It has a nice, not too scratchy but not too soft feeling, and the weight of it feels exactly like how a Red Heart yarn would feel. So I'm going to open it up so we can see the wash instructions. That's always something cool about Wool and the Gang. They don't use anything extra to hold their wrappers on. Their wrappers are just paper, no tape, nothing else. So for this yarn, they recommend that you wash it under 40 degrees. I'm assuming that you are going to be hand washing it, because it does say do not bleach, do not tumble dry. Maybe you could delicate wash it. You can iron, and they want you to lay it flat to dry. So even though they still kind of want you to wash it a little bit delicately, I personally think this could go in the wash. It's going to be okay if you wash it on gentle. The only thing is that it is only spun once, so if you unspin it a little bit, you can see all those fibers. But the only way to really know how it's going to be is by working it up. So I'm going to use my 4.5mm crochet hook to create a little sample swatch so we can see how those stitches look. I have used the 4.5mm crochet hook to create a square that is about 4 inches by 4 inches. And this yarn is really fun to work with. It's smooth, it glides over your hand so easily. It's definitely not as scratchy as most of the acrylics that you can buy on the market. So I really do think this could be a nice substitute for any project that you might consistently be using acrylic yarn for. That said, you don't get a lot in one ball. So this is the second ball now, because after I made this I got a little excited and I made a little pumpkin, which is cute. I love the way the yarn worked up for the project. I was able to make this nice little fall craft that I'll probably just put out on my craft table at my next event. However, this was about all the yarn that I could use from the whole ball. If you need to stretch your dollar, that's not going to be one of the ways to stretch it. Anyway, that said, to create about a 4 inch by 4 inch square, I was using that 4.5mm crochet hook, and for me I did 13 stitches across and 15 rows to make that square. So that's the gauge size for me when I'm working with a 4.5mm crochet hook. All that said, even though this isn't going to be the biggest bang for my buck, I do really like this yarn. It's soft, it's versatile, it's something that I could make for a wearable, or I could make for a decor item, and it still works well. It's not too scratchy, it's not too soft. I think it's right middle of the road worsted weight, and for those reasons it's probably going to be what replaces any acrylic yarn when I come across it in a pattern. So for all those reasons, I'm going to give this yarn an 8 out of 10. Yes, it would be nice if it was a little bit more affordable, but it's a superwash merino wool, and it's worth paying for the skill that somebody took in creating this product, because it doesn't feel scratchy like wool. It's got a unique quality to it. And it honestly has that acrylic feel that I think is going to be very hard for somebody to create using a natural fiber. This yarn is definitely going to be used by me again. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like and subscribe to my channel so you'll be one of the first to know when I come out with a new video, tutorial, or pattern. As always, thank you guys for crocheting with me, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.